So just another quick video on this 5 horsepower rototiller, front rototiller. It's got a Briggs and Stratton engine on it. It's an Ariens RT524. Now, I don't know how old this thing is. It quite possibly could be as old as I am. But I've been using this thing for a while now, and it's an old bit of gear. The beauty about the old bits of gear is they work well. The thing with this thing is, it works well, it's a prick to start. Once it's going, it runs well. Now, I could get my owner, my neighbour who owns this, and get him to explain a little bit about it, but the language would probably not make the video fit to put on YouTube. He is not a fan of Briggs and Stratton motors. He's a Honda man. But anyway, this thing works and starts as long. There's your oil cut-off switch, and there's your oil filler. As long as you've got that oil full, and I mean full, so it's pouring out, this thing will start and go. No worries. I've got spare parts, spark plug for it. I've got spare parts. But this thing, you can leave it in the shed for 6 to 8 months, pull it out in the spring, and clean the spark plug or put a new spark plug in it, and this thing will start. It'll fire up. And I've just done this entire bed on it, right? And it didn't miss a beat. As long as that oil, and I mean this thing's old, and it chews through a bit of oil, and you can see the blue smoke coming out of the exhaust and whatnot. It's an old bit of gear, but old bits of gear are friggin' awesome. A lot of people can't understand how an old bit of machinery works. Your other option is to buy a bit of Chinese gear that's cheap, and it might last you, I don't know, I've never bought it. This thing, it's a trooper. I mean, the tines are really worn in, and I've got to clear out all that grass because I'm about to go and set up my garlic beds across the road. But this thing, you keep the fuel topped up, you keep the oil topped up, it doesn't miss a beat. You know, apart from, like I said, apart from blowing some blue smoke, it does not miss a beat. It needs a bit of work done. It needs a bit of engineering. It's split here, and you know, I have to panel beat it every now and then, and you could probably do with a birthday with a pressure wash. I'm scared to pressure wash it, because if you pressure wash it, you might wash away all the stuff that's holding it together. But it's an awesome bit of gear. And my neighbour who curses it that much, he's talking about maybe buying a new one. And I've told him, if you buy a new one, I want first dibs on this. You know, this is the person he bought it from and used to service it from. Look at that phone number. That is an old phone number. There's no rural area codes anymore, and it's now a 5127 number. That doesn't exist anymore. That's how old this thing is. So a tip for young players: old gear is good if you look after it. If you understand how old gear works, it will last forever. The only thing that is going to stop this is if I can't get piston and scraper rings for it and compression rings. That'll be the only thing that stops it. Hopefully, if need be, the frame and the chassis on it's fantastic. Hopefully, need be, if I can find a suitable 5 horsepower engine that will mount it, this thing will go forever. It's great. So don't be such a throwaway society. Be prepared to put up with a little bit of heartache, but understand your equipment. It's got different wheels on it. The wheels are all out of whack, and that's how adjustable these things are. If I was to probably put this down, it might make a liar out of me. It hasn't been running for 5 minutes. If I was to put this camera down and maybe, alright, we'll see if it makes a liar out of me. Put it on to run, put it on to choke. Let's see. Choke's off now. What can I say? This machine, see the smoke that was puffing out? This machine has just done this whole garden. I've let it rest for 5 minutes. I've sat down, had a cool drink while I've done all this. Amazing. Don't doubt old gear, and don't think you need to have the latest equipment to satisfy a job. Anyway, I thought I'd just do a quick video. This one's going to get posted in the middle of all the other gardening things I'm doing. The garden's all chopped up, the horse manure is ploughed in, and you'll start to see us putting in our winter crops. Anyway, catch you on the next video.